One day, Miffy thought it would be great fun to have her good friend Aggie stay overnight with her. So she asked her mother, "Can I please invite Aggie to stay with me tonight?" "That would be very nice," said Miffy's mother. "I will phone Aggie's mother to ask if that is okay." That afternoon the doorbell rang, and there stood Aggie with her little suitcase. "I've brought a little present for Miffy," said Aggie. "It's a drawing I made myself." Miffy was so pleased with Aggie's drawing that she went straight to her room and hung it on the wall. "It's beautiful," said Miffy. Aggie began to unpack her suitcase. She had brought her nightdress, her toothbrush, a little picture book, and of course her own little teddy bear. "What a surprise!" said Miffy. "It's almost the same as my teddy bear. Look!" The two teddy bears looked exactly alike. Just then Mother Bunny called them for dinner. And of course their teddy bears were hungry too. "Be careful you don't mix them up, children. Your teddy bears look almost the same. They are even the same colour." "But I know which is mine," said Miffy. "And I know which is mine," said Aggie. "Good," said Mother Bunny. Mother served them a nice dinner. There were carrots, leeks, and 4 delicious tomatoes. It smelt so good that the little bunny girls ate every bit. After dinner, it was bedtime. "Sleep well," said Mother Bunny, "so that tomorrow you won't be too tired to play." Miffy was feeling sleepy, but Aggie was not. "I can hear strange noises," she said. "That's the wind blowing through the trees," said Miffy. "That's normal." "It's so dark in here," said Aggie. "I can open the door a little," said Miffy. "I still can't fall asleep," said Aggie. So Miffy turned on her little bedside light and saw that Aggie was holding Miffy's teddy bear instead of her own. "Now I see why you can't sleep," said Miffy. "You don't have your own teddy bear." "I knew something was wrong," said Aggie. "Our teddy bears look the same, but each has its own special smell." "Of course," said Miffy. "My bear smells like me." "And my bear smells like me," said Aggie. "That's how we know which one is our own," said Miffy. So when each little bunny girl had her own teddy bear, each with its own special smell, they both fell asleep. And had beautiful teddy bear dreams until the morning. One day, a letter arrived from Auntie Alice. Miffy's mother opened it and read that Auntie Alice was going to have a costume party for all of her young friends. "Miffy is invited and she must be sure to come in a disguise," read Mother Bunny. "Oh, what fun!" said Miffy. "What is a disguise?" "It means you have to wear a mask, so you will look like someone else," said Miffy's mother. "Now, who could you pretend to be?" In the meantime, Poppy Pig got an invitation. Boris Bear got an invitation. Barbara Bear also got one. Even Snuffy was invited. Auntie Alice had asked all of them to her costume party. On the day of the party, it was very funny. Auntie Alice couldn't be sure who was coming through her front door. Miffy arrived wearing a Poppy Pig mask. Poppy Pig arrived wearing a Barbara Bear mask. Barbara Bear arrived disguised as Auntie Alice. Auntie Alice herself was disguised as Boris Bear. Boris Bear arrived wearing a Snuffy mask. And Snuffy arrived wearing a Miffy mask. "What wonderful disguises we all have," said Auntie Alice. Now, before we have some ice cream and cake, we must try to guess who everyone really is. Whoever guesses all the right names will win a special prize. They all looked at each other very carefully. Who is behind this mask? Who could this be? Who is this? And who is this? The disguises were so perfect that no one could guess. Then they all shouted at once to Auntie Alice. "We know who you are! You are really Auntie Alice! We can tell by your white apron!" Then they all took off their masks. Auntie Alice said, "Well, you all guessed who I was, so you can all have some ice cream and cake. You'll all get a special prize too." They all enjoyed their ice cream and cake. After that, each went home with a brightly coloured balloon. And Miffy thought, what a wonderful party that was. But I'm glad I'm really me. Miffy was about to go on a great new adventure. "Goodbye, Mother," said Miffy, as she set off for a camping trip with her forest friends Boris and Barbara Bear. They knew all the best places in the woods, but this time they decided to camp high on the hillside meadow behind Miffy's house. They had to climb up and up, and their backpacks were very heavy. But Miffy was a strong little bunny, and she was able to keep up with Boris and Barbara. At the top of the hill, the countryside looked so beautiful. It was springtime, and the meadows were full of lovely flowers. Birds and butterflies filled the air all around them. "Shall we make our camp here?" asked Miffy. "I think it will be too windy on the top of the hill," said Boris. "If we go a little bit down into the valley, we will be protected from the wind." So they went down into the valley. Miffy was beginning to get a little tired. "Shall we make our camp here?" asked Miffy. "I'm afraid the ground is too steep to put up our tents," said Barbara. "I see a lovely lake down there. That would be a beautiful place for our camp." so they headed for the little lake. "We shall make our camp here," shouted Miffy happily. It was indeed a beautiful place, and Miffy was now quite tired. "We shall put up our tents," said Boris. "And you can rest, Miffy," said Barbara. "I won't rest while you work," said Miffy. "I will go to the lake and get some water." "I'll come with you," said Barbara. Miffy tasted the cool water. It was delicious. Miffy told Boris and Barbara that if they would make a fire, she would cook some delicious carrot soup, for her mother had put some fresh carrots in her backpack. Boris said, "That's a good idea. I brought some firewood in my backpack." And Barbara said, "I brought a pan and some bowls and spoons in my backpack." Soon it began to grow dark. They all enjoyed the delicious carrot soup by the light of the campfire. After dinner, they were all very sleepy. They said good night and went to bed in their tents. The sound of birds and the first rays of the morning sun awakened them. "Good morning." "Good morning, Barbara," called Miffy. "Morning," said Boris sleepily. They packed up their tents and carefully cleaned the camp fireplace. They drank some fresh water and happily made their way home over the lovely hills. "Camping is such great fun," said Miffy to Boris and Barbara. "Let's do it again soon." Miffy has a special calendar in her room. It has a mark for each of her family and friends' birthdays. She doesn't want to forget a single one. There is a mark for Boris Bear's birthday and for Barbara Bear's birthday. There is a mark for Poppy Pig's birthday. There is a mark for her mother's birthday and a mark for her father's birthday. And look, there is even a mark for Snuffy's birthday. And it is today. "It's a good thing I have my calendar marked," said Miffy. "It would be terrible if I forgot a dear friend's birthday. But what can I give to Snuffy for her birthday? Can a little dog eat ice cream and cake? I don't think so." So Miffy went to her mother for help. "Mother, today is Snuffy's birthday," she said. "What shall I give her?" "Well," said Miffy's mother, "dogs love to play with toys. Why don't you give Snuffy one of your old toys? You have so many." So Miffy went to her room and looked at all her wonderful toys. Miffy thought, "I love all of my nice toys, but I also love Snuffy. What shall I do? Maybe I should make something especially for Snuffy." She went to her mother and asked, "What can I make for Snuffy?" "I have a pretty bowl," said Mother Bunny. "You can paint Snuffy's picture on it, and it will be a wonderful bowl for her water." Mother Bunny looked under the kitchen sink, and there it was. "What a good idea," said Miffy. "I will use my paint box to make it beautiful, and I will paint Snuffy's picture on it." Soon it was finished, and it was beautiful. Miffy ran outside and called, "Snuffy! Snuffy! Snuffy! Happy birthday! Happy birthday! Come and get your present!" she shouted. When Snuffy saw the beautiful little bowl with her picture on it, she wagged her tail and jumped for joy. She was so happy to have such a lovely birthday present. Miffy was happy too, because she painted the bowl all by herself. She took a watering can and filled the bowl with fresh water. Snuffy drank the water from her new bowl and had a very happy birthday. "Miffy! Miffy!" called Mother Bunny. "It's time to get up. The sun is shining." But Miffy didn't get up. Her mother called again. "Miffy, it's time to get up." Mother Bunny went into Miffy's room and saw straight away that Miffy did not look at all well. She felt Miffy's forehead. "I think you have a fever, Miffy. I must take your temperature." She went to get a thermometer and put it under Miffy's arm. Mother Bunny looked at the thermometer. "Oh dear, Miffy, you do have a fever," Miffy said. "Oh, Mother, I feel hot and cold all at the same time." "Yes," said her mother, "that is a sign of having the flu. I'll bring you an extra blanket and some water." When you have the flu, you must drink a lot. "I'll bring you breakfast in bed. Would you like that?" "I don't feel at all hungry," said Miffy sadly. "If you're not hungry, then you definitely have the flu." "Who can that be so early in the morning?" said Miffy's mother. She went to the door. It was Miffy's friend Aggie. "Can Miffy come out and play, Mrs. Bunny?" said Aggie. "That's a lovely idea, Aggie," said Mother Bunny. "But Miffy's still in bed. I'm afraid she has the flu. I hope she'll feel better tomorrow and can play with you then." An hour later, the doorbell rang again. Mother Bunny opened the door, and there stood Boris and Barbara Bear. They also wanted to visit Miffy, but of course, Miffy was still in bed. And Mother Bunny said, "You know, Boris and Barbara, that the flu is catching. It would be best if you didn't visit Miffy today." Boris and Barbara sadly walked away from Miffy's house. Mother peeked into Miffy's room again and saw that she was still sleeping. Just then the doorbell rang again. "Who could that be this time?" said Mother. When Mother Bunny opened the door, there were Boris, Barbara and Aggie again. "You know Miffy's ill in bed. Why have you come back again?" "We've brought Miffy some presents," they all said together. "We want to make her feel better. We've brought some fruit, some apples, some grapes, and some oranges." "Thank you," said Mother Bunny. "The fruit will be good for her. I'll take it to her straight away." Mother Bunny brought the fruit to Miffy, who was happy to have such thoughtful friends. She ate the apple first. It was delicious, and Miffy thought she was feeling better already. And sure enough, the next morning she felt much better. And soon was outside, playing happily with her friends.
Miffy, 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 run! With her friends she's having fun. Snuggle